Hi everyone, welcome. Good to see you all again. Little scenario cropped up on site the other day. I was out helping some learners, and we were doing some upskill training. So this team weren't on MVQ assessment, but they'd come across a few problems and scenarios that they needed a little bit of help and guidance with. So I stepped in for this visit, and as you can see here, I've got quite a difficult cluster of service ducts. Now, first of all, in the design part of the build, looking at where these ducts go, locating them, yes, they could go outside the building, but in this instance, they were located within. So we had quite a tight area to get these. As you can see, there's six pipes there, but five of them fall within one beam span. So the floorers put the ducts into that position, but there was very limited space between. So using the specified gas-proof DPC, we can see here I'm just using a section to make a kind of base of a top hat, and I've marked the locations there. If you can see, I've just got one of the guys I was working with cleaning out some of the snots that were left behind on the brickwork there. That was going to just get in our way, but as you see, I've worked my way around, cutting the apertures for the ducts. So there we go. You can see the first three going in. Again, you could mark these up, and I'm leaving a small space of membrane between. It's quite a rigid membrane. It's quite tough, so it sits quite well for doing this. And I just carried on round, got all them pipes ready, as you can see there. The eye gets adjusted to doing this after a while, so and just the final one to finish off there on the end. Again, the only reason that was separate is because it's the other side of the beam spacing. So with all them complete, we can now locate that over the top of the service ducts. So one nice thing to try and ask is if designers consider this, or people placing the pipes, to give us a bit of margin to work in. I normally look at 25 mil. We often see this with downpipes, soil vent pipes, service ducts, but here you can see they're actually touching each other. So it took a little bit of manipulating, and luckily this particular pipe has got room to move them about a bit. Well, you wouldn't have that luxury with a rigid soil pipe. So, and those that have seen me do singular pipes that have been in a lot easier spacings, getting that membrane just to tuck up like you can see there is quite helpful. That's going to help me later on when we come to put the self-adhesive on. So we're just pushing that down. Some people say about the notches, the grooves that are in the pipe, is that going to be problematic? Well, it's not like a thread. It's not a helix going around the pipe. So each individual rib on it is just a line round it to make it flex. So that's not particularly a problem. So we've got this base piece in, and I'll talk about the reason why we haven't welded it just yet later on in the video. Just the final push downs going on there, just to make sure. So we're going to go drop in with our self-adhesive now. Now this particular product isn't a bitumen based, it's got a kind of self-adhesive, doesn't need any heating, but obviously if your surfaces that are wet, or it can be cold, and it was quite gusty this day, using a bit of heat source, you can see we've got the heat gun there in the background, but having that available. So what I'm going to start off by doing is locating sections in between the two pipes. So got my colleague there just to pull the pipes apart for me, and I actually put half the backing on during the course of installing the tape, so that it doesn't adhere on its own, so we can get one side fixed in. And if we just watch, there comes the backing away now to allow us to seal the other side. So we can overlap there on the back of that previous section that went in. If you just release that now. It's just my nails, pulled on my nail, that's all. See, when people say, oh, you've got to wear gloves to do this, good luck. You're never going to get your hands in and be able to manipulate the membranes. So, happy days. It's great having an assistant to
One you prepared earlier.
de-stick for me. Yeah, we're going to need a couple more, I think. It's getting a bit sticky today. Just to make sure we've got the coverage over the overlaps better. Actually get a roller in for the first time, I think. Good. Thank you very much. It's quite a supple membrane, this one, to manipulate and form in. Just a couple of little pockets I want to just wrap off. Obviously this end we'll leave until that pipe's been done there. And you might think, why has that not been welded on before? Well, if we had any problems and we needed to cut it out, it's a good time. We can still take it out and reclaim it. Whereas once we've welded it in, we've kind of committed, and also it gives us a bit of margin for manoeuvring around if we need to adjust it as we go. Okay, good. So that was fun today. We had some real tricky details to get around there, and I had a couple of learners were upskilling basically. They wanted to video a lot of the evidence today, so we've done a few fiddly details, getting around. First of all, well, putting the DPC in, but we can see there's pipes and ducts everywhere, and running through all them intricacies. There's a lot to go at in a day. So the guys are pushing on, they're making headway, doing a good job, and it's really good to help them and see them progress on with their future. So I'm going to let them carry on over there. They're busy now, and yeah, good to see everybody again. See you next time.